Well, hello, everybody. I'm Keith Bilbrey. Welcome to MusicArtistForYou.com. This is an exciting venture I'm into, and I'm so glad to be back on television and hosting a show and bringing you some great music. And that's what we're going to do right here, MusicArtistForYou.com. This is our very first country show. Very excited about that. And I hope you'll join us often. We're going to present to you not only the legendary artists, the folks you grew up with, the folks that are very basis of this entire country music industry. We're also going to bring you some up-and-coming artists. Having been in the business for 40 years, I've been on the ground floor of a lot of new artists, and you're going to get to too, and you're going to get to know something about them through this website, and it's going to be exciting. It's a whole new way to experience music, and I'm glad to be part of it. Our first act, well, what can you say about Little Texas? Brother-like harmony, very tight harmony. These guys got together and brought a whole new rockin' kind of country to country music. They've opened for Clint Black, and then they had later on Tim McGraw open for them. It's kind of the way it goes, and they've toured all over the country. They've got a song called God Bless Texas that's kind of like the national anthem down in the Lone Star State. What might have been, what beautiful harmony on that. So anyway, we're going to just put them on stage here and let them play for you, and then we'll be talking with them a little bit later on. Here's Little Texas.
I've seen a lot of places, I've been around the world. I've seen some pretty faces, been with some beautiful girls. After all I've witnessed, one thing hell amazes me. Just like a miracle, you have to see to believe. God bless Texas with his own hand, brought down angels from the promised land, gave them a place where they could dance. If you want to see heaven, brother, here's your chance. I've been sent to spread the message. God bless Texas. He let the sun shine, then he made the waters deep. Then he gave us moonlight for all the world to see. Well, everybody knows that the Lord works in mysterious ways. He took a rest, then on the very next day, Texas with his own hand, brought down angels from the promised land, gave them a place where they could dance. If you want to see heaven, brother, here's your chance. I've been sent to spread the message. God bless Texas. I've been sent to spread the message. God bless Texas. I've been sent to spread the message. God bless Texas. I've been sent to spread the message. God bless Texas.
Some great music there from Little Texas. And there's more to come. You stay with us right here on musicartistforyou.com. We'll be right back.
Custom drums means working with the customer, giving them the drums they truly desire. Medicine Man Custom Drums is a custom drum manufacturer specializing in the manufacture of custom drums and refinishing existing drums. President and CEO Dana Cheney has been a longtime drummer for many years. Creating drums with specialty finishes and color-coordinated hardware is their specialty.
Are you a music artist or songwriter that just can't get a break? Then MusicArtistForYou.com is your answer. MusicArtistForYou.com is a totally new way to promote you and your band. With our streaming radio stations, online television shows, and major sponsor promotions, MusicArtistForYou.com is your solution to a successful music career. Anyone can sell their music on iTunes or other music services, but how is anyone going to know you're there? So log on to www.musicartistforyou.com to experience music like you've never experienced it before.
Gotta get me down home, give me some of that old-time country soul. Throw a line out in the river and just watch the tide roll. No shirt or shoes required. It's all about friends and a big bonfire. Right here's the kind of club where the membership never expires. That tin roof jumping every Saturday night. Got the relatives tangled up in Christmas lights. Don't need nobody brought to care. Got the girls all showing what the good Lord gave them. You gotta get back, you gotta get me down home. Gotta get me down home. A tiny little town on a no-dirt road. Population 139, let's make it one foot row where the blacktop bends. We'll find a little shack in a picket fence. Someone to love and a life that just makes sense. That tin roof jumping every Saturday night. Got the relatives tangled up in Christmas lights. Don't need nobody but to care. Got the girls all showing what the good Lord gave them. You gotta get back, you gotta get me down home. Gotta get me down home. Got the girls all showing what the good Lord gave them. Gotta get back, you know you gotta get me down. Gotta get me down. Yeah. Gotta get me down.
Talk about high energy. That's Little Texas. Oh, exciting music right here on musicartistforyou.com. And there's more to come, so you stay with us.
As a musician, you understand that your gear needs the very best protection available. You depend on that gear to be in top working condition when you perform. So why not protect it with the very best custom road cases available? Road Hog cases are made from the best ABS laminate, casters, and hardware on the market. They custom build each case to your specs for a perfect fit. Don't trust some assembly line case to protect your gear. If you want to know your gear is safe, there's only one answer: Road Hog cases. Built by musicians for musicians.
You can just quit now. Shake it off here, please. Belt tight. Enough of that garbage. You do your job, I'll do mine, okay? Joey, how you feeling, bud?
I'd like to teach the world to sing perfect harmony.
I'd like to buy the world a Coke. Sweet Virginia Steiner is a lot like this old town. It's kinda small and out of the way, worth it once you settle down. Get your cold drink, your warm smile, and get out of the heat a while. Stop in to say hey, and end up spending all day. You can't get in a hurry here, no. Around these parts, don't you know the days pass like a dewdrop's running down a tea glass, like a fan blade turning slowly around above a Sunday church crowd. Life goes by in a lower gear. You can't get in a hurry here. There's been talk for years now about bringing through a 4-lane, but every time we vote it down and say appreciate it just the same. But our main streets and our dirt roads and take you anywhere you wanna go at a nice easy pace, and just like we were raised. You can't get in a hurry here, no, 'cause the best things in life are worth waiting on, like a cane pole bobber on a still pond, like a first rain falling on a fresh planted field, and knowing all it will give, and giving thanks for it every year. You can't get in a hurry here. You can't get in a hurry here, no. Around these parts, don't you know the days pass like dewdrops running down a tea glass, like a fan blade turning slowly around above a Sunday church crowd. Life goes by in a lower gear. No, you can't get in a hurry here. No, you can't get in a hurry here. No, you can't get in a hurry here.
Little Texas on musicartistforyou.com. Want to get to know those guys a little bit better? We're going to do that. We're going to sit down and interview and talk about it right here on musicartistforyou.com. That's coming up.
Fireside Recording Studios is located in Nashville, Tennessee on the world-renowned Music Row. Formerly owned by country music legend Porter Wagner, Fireside Studios is steeped in country music history. Combining great studio architecture and the best in recording equipment, Fireside is without a doubt one of the premier recording facilities in Nashville. So if you're ready to record an album that will burn up the charts, then make sure you record it at Fireside Recording Studios.
And we're visiting with Little Texas. Little Texas has basically been together since 1988. Had a few personnel changes, even split up for a while and then got back together. And these are the 4 current members.
Yes.
We got a Dwayne and a Dwayne, a
Yep.
Porter and a Dale. Introduce yourself.
Sure. Well, I'm Dwayne.
Now that's
Dwayne who? I'm
D-W-A-Y-N-E.
Dwayne O'Brien, D-W-A-Y-N-E for those playing the home game. Yeah.
And Porter,
I'm Porter Howell.
the other
Probst, right.
D-U-A-N-E.
The younger.
Uh-huh.
And Del Gray.
Well, it's good to have you guys here.
Good to be
Your
here.
performance was awesome.
Thank you.
One thing I've always admired about Little Texas is the harmony. So tight. That's something you guys, no doubt, that's kind of your brand.
I think so. You know, we all of our influences were the big vocal bands, the Eagles, Poco, Pure Prairie League. Those guys that had a rock edge, but also had the big vocals. So that's made its way into our music. And
That's
has
something
stayed.
that's always fascinated me, like the way you blend your voices. That is Little Texas.
And I'll tell you where that came from. It was, Dwayne does the top third, I did the bottom fifth. The two of us really grew up in the Baptist churches.
Mhm.
And, all that really tight 3-part harmony is what we were raised on. We didn't know anything else.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really, really big part of our sound, too.
Yeah, so many times I interview artists, and that will be their first influence, sitting in church,
Right.
listening to the choir or other
In the
people
choir.
sing. Yeah, in the choir, usually.
You know, and even now when we'll write something new, it's not that we sit around and work out the vocals.
Mhm.
We'll just start playing it and jump in on the vocals.
Exactly.
We just know.
Well, they used
Where
to
we
accuse, the Jordanaires were on everybody's records back in the 50s and 60s. They used to accuse the Jordanaires of snoring in harmony when they had share
bet
the
they
hotel
did.
room. I believe they did.
We've accused our audience of that.
Listen, they're snoring in harmony. They must really love that. No, you guys are great. But it is interesting the way different groups will arrive at a signature sound by the way they blend their voices. And you're saying, Dwayne, that's something that kind of comes naturally.
It really does. You know, we don't have to sit and try to conjure a part or anything.
Mhm.
We just know. It's a very, very natural, real organic thing.
I'm gonna put you on the spot right here.
Yeah.
I love
singing.
impromptu stuff. Give me what might have been, just that one line, or however much you want to. This is the magic thing. Just do it.
Try not to think about what might have been, 'cause that was then, and we have taken different roads. We can't go back again. There's no use giving in, and there's no way to know what might have been.
Amazing. That is incredible. See, you don't need no stinking guitar. I love it. Nothing better than human voice. It's just incredible. Well, what do you guys do in your spare time when you're not out performing?
Gosh, all of us are still involved in other projects, producing other things, writing songs. Personally, I've been doing some, I guess, a different kind of writing, science communication.
Yeah, you have a master's degree in it, right?
Yeah. I went back to Vanderbilt in our time off, and I actually had a chemistry degree before I came to Nashville. And so in that interim period, after doing all the other types of writing, instead of going back and pursuing a graduate degree in chemistry, it was actually geared more towards the communication of science, engineering, and technology. Because, science, and those that do science, they're great at communicating with each other. Scientists can talk to each other. They've got scientific journals and things like that, but they're not really that good. Some are, but for the most part.
Well, putting it on a level we can.
Yeah, or
average
not,
person can
telling a
understand.
general, lay audience what they're doing. And, and most journalists didn't take science
Mhm.
and didn't go into journalism because they understand all the scientific jargon. So having a scientific background and having a writing background, being able to pull in with analogies and taking all the jargon out
Mhm.
of all the, and some of the big words, but keeping it very accurate is kind of what it is, sort of a science to normal translator.
And Porter, you were telling me earlier, this has helped the band in a way.
Well, no, I told you it didn't because we can't understand a word he says. Community. Why does you mean?
When you're doing interviews like you're doing right now.
Yes.
Well, it's something very odd to come from a musician that, there's not many musicians that have master's degrees, so we're very proud of him, and it really, it sparks interest from, reporters and interviews. They're like, oh, wow, you've got a master's degree, let's talk about that. So,
It seemed like the
yes,
local
it has
community
helped
was
us.
more interested in that than when you try to put out new music.
Right.
Because it's so every band puts out new music, but not every band has a.
Yeah. Well, Riders in the Sky, Woody Paul, fiddle player.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a doctorate from MIT,
MIT
in nuclear physics.
Physics, yeah.
And he's playing
So when-
cowboy fiddle.
When they start talking, we don't want to.
Yeah. Leave the room.
But now, if I'm doing my job right, you'll know what we're doing.
Well, Dwayne Probst, you were one of the founders of the group.
Yeah.
Way back when.
Well, we all were.
The four
Yeah.
of us.
Yeah. You were all there?
Yeah,
we were all
there.
The personnel's got me mixed up here. But you were right there, and you all at one time played at Opryland, I understand, as a
Right.
group.
Well,
Opryland
it's
USA.
separate.
Remember Opryland USA?
And actually, not actually as a group. Porter and I were playing the rock and roll show
Ah,
at the old Jukebox Theater, and Dwayne was doing the Country Music USA show. And the way we kind of got together is that, we always meet each other in the cafeteria and talk and stuff, but the season ended, we found ourselves without employment. And we took a job playing together at the Holiday Inn right there on Briley Parkway, and that led to other things. And
now was that the group, the Varsities?
Yeah, part of that.
That was the beginning of the Varsities, yeah. And then when that gig ran out at the Holiday Inn, we became kind of like a little show band for a little bit to survive. All the time wanting, the nucleus of the band wanting to do modern country just to pay the bills.
Yeah. I would imagine working in an amusement park like Opryland, it gives you a real sense of showmanship and
Man.
what a crowd
It
loves.
really does. It's the basis of everything.
What really bombs.
Well, and what was nice is, we would work on cruise ships, and we would do 6 weeks on, and and playing the 50s and 60s music, and playing Beach Boys and Supremes, and doing all different types of music, and it really did really key us in on how to entertain crowds. And then we would come back to Nashville and rehearse as a country band, and all those things that you learn out entertaining just translate, and make us what Little Texas is.
Since it was more like what we wanted to do is being a country rock band, we didn't have to. Some people that work at those kind of, on a cruise ship or in a Opryland situation, you have to unlearn some stuff. Because in a bar, it's not all teeth and eyes and that kind of theater kind of approach. But we had to learn that stuff in the first place, and then just blended what we liked into what we thought worked, and how to keep people engaged.
And I think the main thing that you take away from it is, doing the same show at those types of places 5-6 days a week, 6 shows a day, and making it fun every time, making it, finding things to how to play off each other and stuff to keep everything really fresh. Now that's something we still do now. And people say, "Wow, you really look like you're having fun." I'm like, yeah.
Well, we're really not. just look like that.
We are having fun, but we cannot be having fun, and you still,
What's touring like now? You guys have been on the road for a while, and I have just observed a lot of changes outside looking in. What's touring like with the band now, technically, and how's it different?
a whole lot of airplanes. We don't go out like we used to. When we put this thing back together in 2004, we kind of adopted the philosophy of work smarter, not harder. Let's go out and play weekends, when people want to go see shows. Let's be with our families during the week if we can possibly do it. And we scaled the crew back completely, to almost nothing. Gear, we figured out how to use gear that's available for rental anywhere in the United States. So we can just jump on an airplane, be in California in a few hours, do a show, next morning get back up, go to the next place, then we're home in 2 days instead of stuck on the bus for 3.
Yeah.
And it's become a lot easier.
Technically, how is it different?
Technically,
I think it's a lot leaner and meaner now.
Yeah.
We're down to all guitars. And,
Well, we were talking earlier, you can build a studio now in a spare room at your house
Right.
and get a great sound.
which we have.
Yeah. I think a lot of folks are going, Willie's got a recording studio on his bus.
Yep.
Things that
There's a
things-
certain tier of touring act. If you're Keith Urban, you're going to take along, or Kenny Chesney, you're going to take along this incredible show and all the production in that. But at our level, you're not expected to do that. We're not putting on $1 million, extravaganza or whatever. So we can do. It's another thing from our training. We feel like we've always been able to put on a great show just with us and guitars, and adequate lighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can climb out of a van and entertain 12,000 people like it's nothing because we've been doing it for over 20 years.
With no flashies and
Yeah.
flash bombs and
Yeah.
bombs and
So this-
sunset. And
I'm just gonna, sometimes you can, when you have all those flashy things, you kind of become dependent on that to be the show. And, we try to pride ourselves on, we are the show.
Well, what you just did here, just blending of voices. To me, that's what it's all about anyway. It's not about pyrotechnics or lights or anything like that. That
Right.
adds to the experience.
It's good to have a flamethrower sometimes.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
So,
Just keep your hair out of it.
I was going to say that you've never seen me play guitar with a beer bottle either.
That's
I don't
right.
do that.
Maybe that's something. Little Texas has had so many hits through the years, and I know some of those songs have really made an impact on people's lives. Tell me a little bit about that.
What might have been is probably the song we get the most comments, emails, stuff like that. People, sadly, would have used that song in times of grieving.
Well, what a
loved ones,
compliment.
About,
It is, God bless Texas.
Now, that thing has shown up everywhere.
It was just on American Idol.
Yeah. What was that been used for?
On the HBO's True Blood Vampire show. Yes, it showed up everywhere.
Political
commercials
campaign?
for the last, 10 years
Yeah.
in Texas.
Yeah.
And George W. used it to
George
get
W.
elected governor in Texas.
Yeah. And used it through some of his presidential campaign too.
In a great way, it seems like a lot of media outlets. It's been on the, I love the 90s or whatever on VH1. I think when they think of Texas or they're doing a show from Texas or whatever, that song gets to represent the state. It's awesome. That's how it's used in True Blood. They're in Texas. And
Well, somebody said they heard it at a Dallas Cowboys game or something.
Oh, yeah, it's played there all the time. Absolutely.
Every race coming from the Texas Motor Speedway, you do God Bless Texas, do you do the national anthem?
Yeah.
Wow.
It ranks right up there, pal.
We've actually gotten to play it in front of 250,000 people at the race, and it kind of is the unofficial national anthem of Texas,
That's incredible.
if not the official.
What about Kick a Little? Is it?
Kick a Little is one of those songs we'll hear from a lot of military folks.
Yeah,
We've been
that's true.
privileged to play a lot of military bases.
Sure. Get
Air
people
Force
fired up.
especially. I've done a lot of work with the Air Force and with the Navy, with the Naval Aviation. And in the squadron ready rooms, those guys are cranking Kick a Little and then going and getting in the jet.
There you
And to
go.
me, that means a lot.
we've seen a lot
along with
of
it.
videos from hometown sports teams too.
Mhm.
Soccer teams, of course. And all that.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, I appreciate you sitting down here. Dwayne, Porter, Dwayne, and Dale.
Absolutely.
Little Texas. Amazing group, amazing sound. Hope you guys just keep on going for at least the next 100 years, okay?
Thanks for having us, Keith.
Love that harmony. Little Texas.
Outlaw is not a choice, it's a way of life. It's an attitude. Express yourself with Outlaw Wear jeans, t-shirts, and accessories. Outlaw Wear, for those who need to push the limits. Available at www.shopoutlawear.com.
Is there any way we can just quit now?
Enough of that garbage.
Absolutely terrible. Hey, let's go. You do your job, I'll do mine, okay?
Tony, how you feeling, bud? I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony.
I'd like to buy the world a Coke.